Hello, everyone. So today I'm here with Melissa. Well, my name's actually Melissa, but she's also Melissa. Melissa, to start off, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Melissa and I'm 17. I actually turned 18 in around 2 weeks. I started college recently and I want to be an occupational therapist. But since that's a master's, I'm getting my bachelor's in psychology and I'm going to apply to this 5-year program with my school and another school to try to do it in 5 years.
I see. So tell us about your day in the life. So, like, for example, what have you been doing lately, or just during this COVID pandemic? Yeah.
I started college around 2 weeks ago. I just finished my second week. And it's been really busy because the college workload is a lot more intense than a high school workload. So it's just a testing, a lot of reading, a lot of homework. It's been really busy.
Oh yeah, has it? Have you picked up any hobbies or something that you liked over the pandemic?
Mm, I don't think so.
I
It's
think
just,
so.
it's been a lot. Like I finished high school
Yeah,
during a pandemic, which kind of sucked because I didn't have like that prom experience.
yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, because my sister,
Yeah.
she was also a senior, and like she didn't get that graduation or prom, which really sucks.
Yeah, we actually got a graduation ceremony, but it was very different. Like they did three groups during that day, so it wasn't all of us in one ceremony.
Mm,
And you had to sit with your two guests, and then so it was like 3 chairs, and they like spaced them out. But I'm very grateful we got something, even though it wasn't what we hoped it would be.
yeah, that's good. Um, yeah, do you have any hobbies?
Um, I don't know. I really enjoy just hanging out with people. Like I was
I
able to
get
hang out
that.
with friends
Yeah,
today. Came over and we just had so much fun, and
yeah, like,
it was really nice. Like I love FaceTime and stuff because it's a good way to like keep up with people and be able to communicate with them, but it's really nice when you get to see them in person and just really hang out with them, which I had so much fun doing today.
yeah, I completely agree. Do you just what do you usually do when you hang out with your friends?
I don't know, we were kind of just relaxing, we talked,
Yeah,
we like,
that's nice. That's nice.
yeah, fun. We were in my room most of the time. We had a lot of fun, and I got to see her. I think a week before I started school, I went over to her house, but today she came over to mine, and it was really nice. We
That's
had so much
good.
fun together.
Yeah, that's so good. Regarding, the disabilities community, like what has been your biggest challenge?
I feel like it's society itself and the way disability is viewed. Like I have had many experiences that most people don't typically go through because of my disability, and I just feel like there's a lot of um I guess stigma and misconception that being disabled is like horrible and you can't live a happy, good life. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's not easy, but at one point you learn to accept who you are for you and become happy with that person. And it's just I want people to realize that we still have potential, we still can be happy and do big and amazing things.
I completely agree. So you have cerebral palsy, is that correct?
Yes, I have CP on my right side, so it affects fine motor with my right arm and hand. So I don't have the same function that I have on my left hand,
I
and my leg. So I don't walk the same way most people walk. Like I have like a little limp, and it's hard for me to walk in that
yeah.
regular
Mhm.
gait pattern.
I see. So, yeah, what do you think still needs to be done for a more inclusive society? Because I believe with our society, obviously, there are people who are very inclusive, but I still think there's a lot of room for improvement. And I think that's the whole reason why I kind of started this platform, because I feel like a lot of people still need to, learn the stories of different people. So yeah, what do you think, needs
I awareness is key, like education and awareness, because a lot of times people may do things because they aren't educated or aware on like proper etiquette. And I just feel like there's something like there's just a lot of stigma with society and the way a disabled person is viewed. For example, we at the end of the day we want to live life like the rest of people. We have potential, we want to do big things. Like for me, I'm in college now, and I'm pursuing something I want to do for the rest of my life. And I just feel like my disability has inspired me to do what I want to do.
That's amazing. Yeah, wait, so you're studying psychology?
Yes, but I want to be an occupational therapist,
I see.
which works with people and helping them live like with a disability their
Mhm.
most functional life, like on day-to-day tasks. For example, for me, I have personally been through occupational therapy, and I have worked on things like tying my hair, tying my shoes, opening certain things, yes, independence in general. And you can work in so many different settings, and I just feel like if I had to learn to adapt to a life that wasn't specifically, the world isn't specifically made for a disabled person,
Mhm.
and over time, you just learn skills that help you adapt and just get through your day. And the fact that I've been through that gives me that like firsthand experience on what it's like to live in a world where you have to adapt. And if I could be the one to teach someone or help someone get there, that would just mean the world to me.
I see. So it like kind of ties in personally, right? You've been through it too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, what do you think is a common misconception people have regarding disabilities? And I think you kind of mentioned it earlier, but if you can go
Say
into details, yeah.
the fact that people don't, when you have a disability, it impacts you in a certain way. And people view that as a disadvantage and not as a horrible thing. That means you can't be capable.
Mm,
But at the end of the day, we may have to adapt to different things and put in more work, but we're still capable of doing amazing things. And that itself is like, I want to use my disability as my drive to do what I want to do. And I feel like that itself inspires me. Like, I know it's hard, but I feel like the accomplishment one day is just going to feel so good because I know how
yeah,
hard I
for
worked to
sure.
get there. And I know for everyone, like going to college isn't an easy thing at all for anyone. Yes, because it's a lot, but when you have a disability, it makes it even harder because
Mhm.
you have to figure out how to be more successful within your challenges. Like, for example, most people my age don't have to worry about making sure you have the proper accommodations to help you be successful. And that's something I have to do, which is extra. And it's not always easy.
Mm, I understand that. Yeah, thank you for that. So, oh wait, this kind of repeats the question. How do you motivate yourself?
I think it's the fact that if I want to use this as my inspiration, I guess, and I feel like it has inspired me. Like, it's the reason I'm so passionate about helping other disabled individuals. And I don't know, I feel like that itself is so, it's beautiful knowing that you can use your story and your struggle for something good. And I don't think I would change the fact that I'm disabled because it is hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it can be very difficult going through these extra challenges. But at the end of the day, I just feel like it gives me so much more inspiration and drive to keep going and to be, I don't know, because I have had people tell me to like settle for something different because it's probably gonna be easier, like a desk job. And for me, that's not where my passion lies. And I feel like that itself motivates me to work harder, knowing that not everyone's going to believe in you. But at the end of the day, not everyone has to for you to be capable of doing it.
I think that's beautiful. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just feel like, yes, it's hard and it's not an easy thing because
Yeah.
as like now I'm going to turn 18, and when you grow up in a world that isn't always going to be meant for you, it comes with so many challenges and frustrations. And even like it can even be very emotional because you know your life would be different if you didn't have this challenge. But at the end of the day, I can't change it, so I'm going to use it as my drive to keep going and become who I want to be.
That's amazing. Wow. Yeah, kind of tying into like the whole idea of this project, but to you, like what do you think is the definition of originality?
I think it's I guess the capacity to just be you and embrace who you are, because there's some things in life that we can't change about ourselves. And for me, the fact that I have a disability is one of those things. It's when you become comfortable with the fact of who you are and you know you can't change it, and it may not always be easy because it's having a disability is never going to be something easy, I feel like. But it's just knowing that, yes, I have a disability. However, I'm going to use it as my inspiration once again. And you're comfortable and happy within yourself.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's what's so special about you, like using, even though it's hard, but you know, like you said, for you, like you can't do anything about it. So instead, you know, you're using that as an inspiration, which I think can inspire a lot of other people too. So yeah, what do you think your originality is?
I feel like at one point, like at this point, I guess I reached the fact where I'm like, yes, it's hard, but
Mm.
I want to use it. Like, I'm so grateful for Instagram as my platform. I have a people to
Yeah.
myself because
Hmm.
I have so many wonderful connections through my platform and being able to express myself and share my story and yes, use it to motivate others. That yes, it gets hard because it's not something easy. Like sometimes you see people your age doing things and you know you're not there yet, which can be very difficult. Like you know there's certain things that most people can do easily and you can't, which is really frustrating at times.
Hmm. Yeah.
But at one point it's like, yes, I have my challenges. However, I still have purpose and I'm gonna use what I have to inspire others and to do something I love and to just change someone's life one day.
Yeah, what would you say to youths with disabilities who are feeling discouraged by our society right now?
I think I would say that that emotion is valid because it's hard. Like it can be very challenging to live in a world that doesn't completely understand because a lot of times you're gonna be misunderstood when you have a disability. Unfortunately, that's not something we have control over. And it can be very difficult even within like people who are close to you, like they're never gonna get it unless it's them. Like I've been through times where I just feel so frustrated because people just don't get it, and that's totally valid and you have the right to feel that way because it's not an easy emotion. However, we have to find a way to use it, I guess, and do something with it, even if it's hard. Like, I know it's gonna be hard. I'm not expecting this journey to be easy, but I just feel like we have to find something to keep us motivated and to keep us reaching for our dreams and give us that drive and that work ethic to get ourselves where we deserve to be and where we
I'm
want to be.
I'm sure that's gonna help a lot of youths right now. Well, yeah, that kind of wraps up the interview because I think that was about 10 minutes. So thank you so much for, you know, joining this. And I'm so glad, you know, you like reached out on Instagram because I'm looking for more people to interview. So thank you so much. Like your words truly inspired me too. I was like, wow. You know, you're only what, like 2 years older than me, but I was like, wow, so inspirational. Like you're definitely someone, you know, I would love to work with in the future, and I'm sure you're gonna do great in the future.
Thank you so much. I was really excited because I just love the community Instagram has brought to me. I have met so many people that just get it, and that feeling itself is amazing. So I'm very, very grateful. And it was so nice to
Yeah,
help you with
it's
it.
so nice. Thank you so much. There you go. Yeah,
It's
go ahead.
okay to not understand what it's like. I'm not gonna attack you for not getting it, but you always have to be willing to educate yourself and to listen to that person. Because if they're telling you something, if you don't get it, I don't think you have the complete right to judge it because you're not in their shoes, and you just have to be willing to listen to the person and to open your mind because I'm not expecting the world to understand. That's not something that's expected. However, if I'm telling you something, listen and be willing to learn instead of staying there, because as long as we're willing to get educated on so many aspects in the world, it's gonna get better. But you just have to keep that mind. Yes, I don't know everything,
Hmm.
but I want to learn. I want to be a better, like I want to know how to interact appropriately. And I just think that's the one of the biggest things that has to be put out there. Like you don't have to know, but you have to be willing to listen and to educate yourself.